Are we? Cool. Cool. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to the DMV3 show. I'm your host, DC's own MannJoe-Mumin. Good to see everybody. Excuse me. Cupcakes be good, right? It's a blessed day. It's the day after today is the 10th of Hijra. So it's a Muslim holiday, and it's only two. So this is the second of the first being Ramadan. So I'm mad about this fly. It's got to get something. Bro, go on. Like I was saying, Ramadan in Dhul Hijra. So today is the 10th day of Dhul Hijra. Yesterday we fasted. So today is the celebration. So Assalamu alaikum to my brothers and sisters. Hopefully we'll be on the same journey next year. Don't know whether we're going to be here today or tomorrow. So to all my family and friends, to all the people that watch me, cherish every moment as if it's your last. I'm preaching to you. Just in a humble state today, so forgive me if I'm not just riffing off. I'm going to get to the point in a minute because it's a big point to get to. A lot of stuff been going on. Since lately, I've been dropping these lives. So I just don't quite know where to start because it bothers me. It bothers me when we as a people, or so-called people, however you want to look at that, when we say we down for a cause, but the moment anybody, excuse my teeth, I don't like that. Could get something done about that. Very soon, August 11th, y'all. August 11th, just bear with my raggedy mouth. I'm just a person, and we're going to talk about this raggedy mouth and a whole lot of other raggedy mouths, because whether I am successful on these lives or not, whether you want to donate, you don't have to. I'm a person of the people. I always do for the people. So I'm always be there for the people. We're always gonna have some structures for the people to feed the people to do. You know, any income I got, that's what I do anyway. I mean, I don't do most of the obvious stuff that I used to do no more. Alhamdulillah to that. And the rest of the stuff that Allah is working on me. I know what that is. Excuse me. I think that's it. Yes, sir. Yeah. Excuse me for being rude. I should have had all of that adjusted. It's pretty hot outside in my area. Depending on where you at right now, it's probably hot all over the country. And there's a lot of things going on. But again, how can we I'm just looking all over the internet. It's crazy. It's black men who are talking about Since I have it on, you ain't gonna have it on right. Just give me 4 minutes. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, this my Washington Nationals DC throwback or whatever. You understand me? Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah, look like a China man, right? Look like I work at the hibachi. Oh, what you want? What you want? Oh. No disrespect to Chinese people. It's a little humor. And everybody has to be involved in on this. We're talking about China, and no jabs at them. No jabs to Asian people. All of their young men and boys are training to be men, to enhance men's skills. This is not taking a crack at anybody's community or anything like that. The community I'm dealing with is the community where I'm at. See, I have to speak up and look like this. That's crazy. And I had a crazy story. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. But had I been better prepared for life, and I'm not blaming no one man or another, because believe me, throughout the years, I was raised by men, and mostly the streets raised me. So there's a viewpoint right there. So if people follow Hassan Campbell, so be it, because they're going to listen to that until they wise up, till they get to a Styles P. Because he really ripped it. He look, the first thing he said was, I'm just an old school G. I know about that because I come from that era. It's not to take a shot at younger people and what they doing. You doing what you doing. So that's a perspective. Then we have a man that's a celebrity, an entertainer. You can say whatever you want to say. He played basketball here. Mr. Kwame Brown played basketball here. So anybody that plays for us, they homies. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you about the basketball team, the Redskins, where they hang out at, places we see them, all kinds of stuff. And I'm talking about from the old days. They homies. So this man has an idea. Why can't your ideas just be your ideas and people act on them? Excuse me for a minute. I turned the mic off. I muted the mic, excuse me. But why can't you just have your own ideas without bickering and people get to work? Brother Hassan, you say Kwame is Illuminati, Masons, all this. Man, I don't give a crap. My great grandfather, the people on his family, it was Masons. That man, I know, man, so what? I believe in the power of Allah. And you said that you believe in the power of Allah, but you haven't been talking that lately. You rocking snot boxes. You having 2 and 3 hour rants and lives, man. Men don't do that, man. I mean, yeah, maybe once. You're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You got questionable content out there, things that you said out your mouth, even if they edited or did whatever, you still said that foul stuff out your mouth. Again, I said I needed you to advocate, and not just the people who have been in the same predicament and same shoes you've been in, and you need to advocate for this. You trying to have a war. It's a war going on outside, and it's been going on. You ain't in the streets no more. You getting paid. I started following you around about 2018 or so. You getting paid. Man, I started watching you first. What are you doing? Bro, Kwame, why you worried about that? You handled your business. You're a man. You gotta just look. Just let him go. Men of faith, men that pray, man. Look, man, I said what I said. As long as you don't put your hands on me, you ain't coming or whatever. Man, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. But, Brother Hassan, you shouldn't be doing that. Then you got other people speaking. But I was speaking to you from a perspective of a Muslim. Because I dropped a couple of videos before this. I'm speaking to you from another side. You're not even saying that. That went out the window. So you making yourself look bad all the way around the board. I like you, but I don't even know how to defend you now because you're not even bringing your dean up in question. You're not even quoting certain things. You're not even doing certain things. One man, you're a Muslim, you're gangster time, you're in the streets, you out here, you got kids, you don't care whether somebody, and you was like, at one time, you don't care if certain people go to jail or not. Now you worry about who's snitching or who was snitching business and all that. Man, don't nobody care who's snitching. Do you know, man, how long people been snitching? People, man, snitching and actuality. Man, y'all be missing the ball. Y'all concerned about snitching and people telling. Yeah, that ain't cool. It ain't never cool in the streets. That ain't never cool in the streets. 100. That ain't cool. But I can tell you this. Snitching was the second sin. You heard me? Snitching. I'll tell y'all why I'm doing that in a second. I got my mic right here. That's all that is. Snitching was the second sin. Even if it was the third sin, it was up in the top 5. But it had to have been the second sin. What you read in the Bible? You read the story about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them not to eat the forbidden fruit. It was said that Shaitan whispered to her, Meanwhile, I believe Adam alayhi salam, I believe he has an insight. Allah slipped that to him. Man, I'm gonna show you something. And I just said I believe. But that was the second sin. Because Shaitan whispered. And he basically gave her permission by snitching, by deception, that. And she ate that particular type of fruit right there. You understand what I'm saying? That's how old snitching is. Shaitan snitched. He didn't have to snitch. He was already in trouble with a lot, but he snitched. He already didn't bow to the creation of man. Then in the Garden of Eden, he whispered to eat the apple, but by deception, he was snitching. This is what this to do. And she was curious. Curiosity kill a cat. Y'all heard that. So, yeah, man, snitching is old. So if snitching was the second, then homicide or cheating or whatever, and the list goes down the line. I just want to know why. Why do y'all pick the time to want to fight like this? Do you know what's going on in the world? And I'm quite sure you are. Y'all on the blogs more than me. I just be on YouTube. Y'all on the blogs more than me. You seen Ryan Paul? Oh, yeah. That was it. That was interesting. Mr. Paul, but Mr. Paul was spewing out there. That's all I'm going to say. There are far too many greater things that we could be doing. And you all have both advocated programs and businesses and ideas. It's up to the people to get up and follow your lead. And you should be leading like that. We're not leading a game. And I'm not going to discredit men who may go some place I don't want to go or someplace I may go in the eyesight of the Creator. We've all did some crazy stuff. Brother Kwame, you don't know nothing about the streets. You know about your partners. You see stuff and stuff but you haven't been. Man, it's a Allah's blessing. Let me say this first and foremost, not to insult you, because I'm not trying to compare something. I'm trying to make a point about something. They didn't have to run around in the streets with drugs. You didn't have to run around with guns. And I understand your mom was cooking. So I understand you will say all of that. I don't even want to have an argument about this. It's just something that I'm saying to you to make a point, because both of you have valid points. And you have to be able to understand his makeup, his mental makeup. I'm talking about Brother Hassan. His mental makeup of some of the things he's been through. He's been abused, and then he had to live out in the streets, and then he had to live in New York City. I'm not saying it's not rough down there where you at, where you come from. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that your blessing was to go to the NBA and buy your mama a house. A quest that I have been trying to do for years. And I hadn't been able to do it because I kept on winding up in prison. Oh, I had money. And I was doing things, and that ain't to be talked about. People know. That's no longer here. And even if it was, who wants to live that kind of life, ducking and dodging the police all the time? I got stories for days. I was in it. Bumps, bruises, battles, wins, losses, loss of life, people dying around you, going away, people dying while you in. I know about all that, man. Seeing people get hurt while you in, seeing people get murdered in front of your face. I mean, I've been through a lot of stuff. That's no brag. The stuff that I've been through, the stuff that dudes in streets go through, especially them old school dudes. Them dudes, you know, I was listening to Styles' piece, so I wanna kind of like piggyback on that, but I know he don't need me to piggyback on it, but I don't want to disrespect what he was saying. But man, we done been through so much stuff, man. That stuff doesn't make a difference now. And man, to be warm with you and calling somebody an agent and calling this person that you do what you do. If you have to feed what's around you. Whether that's food, whether that's knowledge, whether that's health, whether that's water, whether that's anything. Some water right now. It's hot in here. I'm just watching y'all slay each other. People just jumping in. Oh, Hassan's this. Oh, Kwame, he never answered the question. So what? Kwame, I don't care. I don't care. If you took the oath, you took the oath. If you didn't take the oath, you didn't take the oath. So what? We all took an oath in some type of way. So you saying he took an oath for money, but brother Hassan, you don't understand that we say la ilaha illallah because we had to find out who Allah was, because we was running in the pits with Shaitan, and we took oaths on the streets. You talking about gangs? I never did gang. Well, we had little gangs in the city, but that was you know, the drugs overlived that. So we wasn't like that. DC had street crews, neighborhoods, but men was men. So it wasn't no you had to get beat in. You had to hold your own. Get your ass whooped. If you're gonna come outside, you not. I was outside. So I want people to really understand that. It's two different type of lives to live. And I had my mama's cooking, and she did the best that she could do, but there were certain things she couldn't do. She couldn't give me what a man could give me. You can't say, oh, you can't make that an excuse. No, that's the truth. Because right now, the world needs strong men to carry the future of our next generations ahead. Those men come from the streets. Celebrities say enough. I'm not telling a celebrity to shut up about their opinion, but if they can be exposed and they trying to pull a wool over our eyes, and that go for anybody, they shall be exposed. And yeah, go, pull a wool off the lid. But when celebrities say things that really do mean something, or they do put their money up, or they are doing something, what difference does it make? What are you doing? Half the people that talk, they don't donate, they don't support. What you do? Oh, I get to the little bum in front of the store. Well, yeah, you gonna give him a beer so he gonna go over there and go get a shot of vodka and pass out on the sidewalk. 911 got to come get him. They know him by name. You understand me? We're entertaining this, and we need not to entertain this. Kwame got these good coding ideas, and I think you say, "Oh, we can't have coding in the school." Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You push for everything else. Y'all went down there and broke them windows. Y'all went and looted the stores. Excuse me. You want to have a barbecue? When you want to have a picnic and all that other stuff you want to do? When you want to turn up? When you want to twerk? I ain't getting on you about twerking. See, twerking is culture. And this is our culture. And I ain't talking about no black, African, American, whatever they be trying to symbolize us as. You know how long black people been twerking? You know how long black African went over in the African continent? And everybody ain't from Africa, but some of us was already over here, but we all come from that motherland. So we all had to come from out of there or have the origin of that motherland. You know how long sisters been shaking? Man, watch them old National Geographic, or watch them National Geographic jump. They ain't got nothing on. Their tops is exposed and they jiggling. And they've been jiggling like that forever. We've been doing that forever. So the young women, when they get out here, it's crazy how they do it. My daughters and them should not be doing that. But you have to understand, over 400, 500, maybe 600 years of oppression, the DNA is going to go back to the motherland. See, these youngsters that we done created now, these youngsters were sent here by the ancestors. Think I'm playing? I have adult conversations with 4-year-olds. I love it. And it's the truth. See, nobody wants to talk about the children. We're talking about children. We can't talk about children if you concerned about throwing your hands and busting your hammers. Save your bullets, save your fist. You need your hands to be working them dollars into the hands of kids who are disenfranchised, kids who are molested, kids who are raped, kids who are geniuses and gurus who deserve chances, and even kids who, if given the opportunity, they can do anything they want to do. And that is most of our kids. Majority. Got to stay on focus, fellas. Everybody want to fight. Man, we got to pray for our brothers and sisters across the country right now. It's bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Yeah. It's a lot of stuff getting ready to drop down. We not staying focused. We got to keep on advocating for victims' rights. We have done this with women. Women are like where they want to be. For real, women are in charge. Women have taken over. I mean, men still have stature. Men will always have stature. But women, man, they just doing the daggone thing, right? But what about our children? We don't pay enough attention to our children. And we're suffering because of that. Just really have to really think about that. You really have to think about the consequences and the choices that you make. I wake up and I see all these debates, black men fighting one another. People who say they want to make a difference. People who say they want to become a part of change. The last black person that said they wanted to become a part of change, he tried. Oh, he tried. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, stop blaming people. Stop blaming people. I heard Hassan say that Kwame was an entertainer who jumped into a lane. Basically, that Kwame was an entertainer who jumped into a lane to take over. And he even said, "You're sending me. They're sending you to be my replacement, huh?" Even if I felt that way, I wouldn't have said that. He's about to cry. This is called competition, Holmes. And if you hadn't, I'm really on you because you all over the place and you gave us Islam. I'm on you because I'm thinking, man, you're a brother. Man, I don't see you doing none of that. You don't even open up. You don't open up. Bismillah. You don't greet the people. You, this person, that person. Yeah, man, they talking about you pocket watching. Yeah, why are you talking about people's money? Like talking about your money? That's a no. That's a G no. You don't talk about people's money. Pocket watching, man. Bama's on the block. Like you said, he was a stick-up kid. So I can probably understand why you want to say something like that. Well, what difference do it make what a man got? You got enough money to not do this. You got enough money not to do that. People choose to do what they choose to do. You report on it. See, excuse me, grown men don't do that. You know, I'm just really I'm happy today. But I'm just really disturbed by that. Like, I was like, man, I gotta jump onto a live, I'm just, I'm on some other stuff. I'm just thinking. Where are my glasses? I've seen a lot of disparaging things in the news in the past week that are about to really take place. And we're not talking about any of this. We're just talking about who wants to fight. If you say something that is out of line and crazy, then you're going to be dealt with like that. So what part do you play in the situation? This is the whole point about this in the first place. We played a part in the situation. There were people, I'm going to say this in layman's terms, and people should be able to understand. There are people that you trusted 1 year ago to this day with all your life. Several people. Right now, all of these people are underneath of some type of scrutiny. When are you going to learn to stop depending on someone to try to come and rescue you? People have resources. People have suggestions and ideas. We're trying to come together, and it just seems like you still want to go with the status quo. Our country, as we know it, is no more. Our country is still the United States of America. It's more like the divided states of America. See, when they talk about World War, they talk about Civil War. And Civil War breaks out from low income, poverty, homelessness, and the need for survival. If rich people get broke, rich people will come out and kill. They got the most guns, they got the most weaponry, they have the most security, they have the most secure stuff, and they're already stacked up anyway. They'll survive, put it like that. And the ones who, if they do run out of stuff, they got so much. They didn't already. You have people out here that's not really rich. When I say rich, I'm not talking about just money. You could have been, man, you could have been a farmer, tracking for 30 years with some farmland and still got the land someplace. And you go hiking somewhere. Man, you already got the plans out, man. I'm watching stuff on YouTube where families are planning. They have already planned D-days and all these catastrophic events that could happen, such as Civil War, whatever. And I think, well, I believe this is what Black people don't plan for, man. If anything happens right now, we are up to doo-doo. We're going to shoot them little bullets in our gun. And them little bullets in our gun. Yeah, some brothers got guns. And I know Black people are arming up, getting license strap and then, the illegals. But if we really, 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 really got into it, right? Half of us are afraid. It's about 4/10 of us. I'm going to say this. It's about 4/10 of us who can never, ever own a gun because we have felony records. You have the old and the elderly who really can't shoot anymore. And you have children who are not qualified to shoot in this country yet, although you can go down places like Texas and I guess up in Oregon and up in the Dakotas and all that, in places where, it's just them. And they can't shoot. And I'm not suggesting violence. I'm suggesting the amendment. You have the right to bear arms. I gotta keep the battery running. So we gonna hook this up for a second. No, sorry for these inconveniences today, y'all. This on. Okay. So what part do you play in the situation? We start with Hassan, brother Hassan. You play a part in the situation by not advocating what you're saying about yourself. Now people, I mean, I see you getting your super chats, you have your supporters. But again, you said, what about these kids? And I want to know what about these kids. And Kwame want to know what about these kids. And everybody seemed to be saying the same thing. For some reason, there's some testosterone and everybody want to get something off their chest to, to show the white man who's the baddest nigga. I said it. Two grown men have to put this to bed. We have other work to do. I believe in you. I don't know you, neither one of you, but I'm very inspired by you. I'm very inspired by doing this YouTube stuff. It'll take me a while. I'm just starting up. But watching this, it's been very discouraging in the past couple of weeks, and the clickbait is real, and we losing time. We still need to talk to Dr. Claude Anderson. We still need to talk to Judge Joe Brown. Man, there's so many different people we really need to get in contact and be informed with. I'm just pleading with both of y'all to let this situation go. This is not where we're trying to go with our kids, both of you. I don't need to be at it, cursed out, talked about my mouth, none of that. I'm just saying it from a real, reasonable standpoint. Two men, you cannot agree. Yeah, okay, maybe you were jealous, Hassan. Maybe it's okay to envy a man, but man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can envy a man, but you did apologize. He didn't want to accept your apology. You wanted to know why he didn't want to do it. Then you went off into a rant. I wouldn't have did it. I would apologize, and then when he would have did that, and then I would have been like, I'm not doing this. I mean, I'm not running from you, but I apologize. You didn't want to accept the apology, so I'm gone. I'm gonna bounce, and that's that. And then if he went on to explain himself, you didn't have to like that match. You aren't gonna lose views because of that. If you would have stuck to the script or what you talking about with these kids about this molestation, and you got to stick to the script because that's how you came into it. And you're not talking about that no more. You're talking about NYC rappers. You from NYC, so you comfortable enough to talk about them. You might be talking about people from out the area, but you're not talking about how you really got into this anymore and keep advocating for them. And then when you do, you're talking about children or saying things in a real vulgar manner. Ain't nobody telling you what to say out your mouth, but I'm just saying you're not keeping to the script. So that's what part you playing in the situation. And you keep jumping back and forth. You ain't got to prove how hard you is. You ain't got to wear them Jews. I mean, I know you like to wear your stuff or whatever. You're a G. You're a Muslim. You say you're a Muslim. It's okay to be G while you're Muslim, but you can't mix the line. It's a certain type of swagger you have to have with yourself. You know, when you had that type of swagger, it's just like you G. You got to do your little thing or whatever. And that's the only way I can get y'all to see. Nah. Haas, you need to stick to the script, bro. You know, and that's what I'm gonna say to you. It's more of an admonishment from a brother. If you feel the way you do, you just feel the way you do. I don't want you to feel insulted. I want you to take it in like a man. When we talk, sometimes we talk like men, but we just talk sensible enough to know that you had no business feeding into that situation whatsoever. You fed into stuff knowing that you said other stuff. And people have a right to say what they want to say about you. Ain't nobody gonna steal your shine. What's for you is for you. And when Allah bless you, can't nobody take it away from you. You ain't in no fight for your life. Yeah, you gotta go to court, but what you wilding for? That type of behavior get you locked up from the judge. Brother Kwame, you got other things to do. You got a lot going on. Now I would like for you all, you two brothers. It's a brother from I'm from out the DMV. I'm from Washington D.C. I live in Maryland. I'm always in VA. Right? I'm not even a busty bus. I'm like a little fly. And this little fly asking y'all to run around annoying you. But I want y'all to stay focused before more people get in this and before this get more and more twisted. And the more and more people get into it, the more and more we get distracted. That's just my message to y'all. And I apologize because I was in the mood, but my throat and it's hot. I mean, it's smoking. So I'm going to get off. I'll probably do another live. I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm going to get off for now. My brothers, you got to know what part you playing in these situations. You can't be feeding into stuff and keep the fuel going. And you did apologize. I did see that you did apologize. Just need to talk about it. I mean, you just really need to be about it, not talk about it. Excuse me, I messed that up. I'm gone. Peace.